the Hooli. I must born the Empress Hooli. I do not sound like myself. No. So, I come back from a conference once with this. Oh, let me give out shout outs. First of all, the chat room shut down, and I really hate that. You have to be a friend. You have to be subscribed for 5 months before you can chat. That's only because there's trolls that have attacked my live stream. When I get to talk to a computer expert to figure out what's going on, I will come back and hopefully resolve the problem so I can continue on with my livelihood, because at this point my livelihood is shot down the drain, and it stinks. It hurts. No, I do that. View. Where art thou, Hooli? The Hooli must get here. Okay. Share. Look at it. Look at me. All right. So shout out to Cyanide. Breath mints. Oh, I can't use that. Gotta use this one because that's for something else that I already had set up. Ha ha. So I'm sorry for the new people. Oh, and there's nobody joining in. 1 minute, 44 seconds. Those are the numbers I always see. 144 or 111. Lately, I've been seeing 818. I hope you guys have been tuning into me on internet radio. There's something different about thy Hooli. Yeah, I have blush on my cheeks. So shout out to Cyanide Breath Mints. That movie Melancholia was really good. And yes, the Hooli is like the Red Bull and the maxi pads. She has grown the wings. Look, this cell phone is terrible with the video, but hopefully if you just listen to my voice, it'll be okay. I don't think so. Hang on a second. I'm watching myself on the computer. And boy, the video is really choppy. But I have... Yes, the video is very, very choppy. I don't like that at all. So I will have to move very, very slowly because the visuals are terrible. I wanted to, shoot a video, but now that I see how terrible the video quality is, this is why I need to get my cell phone fixed, is because the video quality is terrible. But my voice is not breaking up. So hello to Cyanide Breath Mints. He may not be able to get in because some people may not be able to get in because I had to put up a restriction on the chat room because of the trolls, like I said. But let me tell you about the interesting stuff. So I gone to a conference and I was given this bracelet. And this is something that I have between God and I. And about a month ago, while I was cleaning, I found this underneath my dresser. And I thought, oh my goodness, I don't even remember getting this bracelet or which conference exactly it came from. And there's something specific that Abba says to me, and this bracelet reminds me of it. Well, somebody sent me a card, which I'm going to call them and talk to them about that card. But there's something that they said in the card. And it was also something that God says to me. So Abba's been showing me numbers like 144 and 111, of course, because the 11s go back to when he put that seal on my forehead. It was the 11th photo on the roll out of 13 12 had flashes across my face, and one was crystal clear. There's Yahusha, plus he had 12 apostles. So 11 months after that photo, I got a second set of flash photos with X marks the spot. But the point being, the 11s, the confirmation photos, I believe that's my proof that. So here, I'll be honest. Well, like, so that profile picture, you know, if people say that they're ordained in the spirit by Abba, well, you got to prove it. And if you're really ordained in the spirit by Abba, then that ordainment in the spirit will manifest in reality. And then when it manifests in reality, you'll be ordained. A lot of people have belittled my ordainment papers. Oh, Holly, that piece of paper doesn't mean anything. God's ordained me in the spirit. Well, if it's true that he ordained you in the spirit, then it would manifest in reality. I'm not playing that game with people anymore. And for many, 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 many years, people have belittled me. Now, I work 25 hours a day, 8 days a week, from 2014 all the way to 2018, and I was ordained. And there was many, many witnesses. August 11th, 2018, I got ordained. I went through the ordination ceremony. 4 other ordained ministries. 4 other ordained ministers. And 2 witnesses that I brought with me. 2 witnesses to stand before Abba, to tell Abba, Holly's serious. We'll stand here and be her witness. Yes, she's serious. She's got spiritual gifts. She wants to be ordained. You're her golden bow. She's your silver arrow. So I had 2 witnesses with me, 4 ordained ministers. And we all went before Abba. 4 ordained ministers went before Abba to ordain me. And there was 7 of us. And I brought 2 witnesses. This means something. And I'm tired of people belittling it. And if it is true that Abba has ordained you in the spirit, well, then it will manifest in reality. How do you get ordained if you don't go to college? Because typically an ordainment is you go to college, and once you graduate after 4 years, the college will automatically ordain you. I did not go to college for 4 years, and then when you graduate, get ordained. I did go to college for accounting, but anyway, I approached people online. I was a moderator for Doug and Joe Hagman, and they had a guest on, Coach Dave, and he said he was more than happy to ordain people. And I said, wait. I've been acquainted with everybody for many years. Doug Hagman can tell you about me. For the past 3 years, I've been here. Actually, 4 years. But I've been a mod for almost 2 years with him. And he knows you. So I reached out to Coach Dave, wrote him a letter, said I wanted to be ordained. About 8 months later, there was a Hear the Watchman conference. I walked in. Coach Dave recognized me. I said, I'm Holly. He says, yes, I know who you are. I'll be right back. He grabbed 3 other ordained ministers. I happened to say, hey, Coach Dave said, hey, come with me. We'll go in a conference room now. On my way there, I saw 2 people. I said, hey, why don't you come with me? I'm getting ordained right now. And those 2 people came with me. And so there were 7 of us gathered around August 11th, 2018. That means something to me. That is my lampstand. And Abba's been showing me the numbers 8:18 lately. Well, I thought it was because I was born at 8:18 p.m., but no. It goes back to Luke 8:18 when it talks about a lamp on a stand. A lamp. You do not hide it under your bed. You take it out and you shine it for everyone to see. Luke verse 8:18 says, listen very carefully to this. For those who have, more will be given, and to those who do not have, what they have will be taken away. So if you have a lampstand and you are ordained or you are anointed, then it is going to manifest in reality. And if it's not manifesting in reality, then those are your fruits. We can see that you just talk. Me, by my fruits, you can tell that I walk. And it's because of the lamb that I'm able to walk. Man, I'm like in a bad spot lately. I've been so embarrassed, but I've had to ask for help from people, and I just hate that position. It's a terrible position. The help I need is not counseling, okay? I do not need counseling. I'm fully reintegrated. That's not the help I need. So I gotta go somewhere right now. What time is it? 6? I have to go somewhere. I think you guys should come with me. You're probably like, what is Holly up to now? What am I up to? Live chat. I got it on live chat. So I'm up to something. Why don't you come with me? Let's take a road trip. No, I better pull that up. I didn't get to go for part 3. So I'm like Red Bull and maxi pads. I was trying to practice my wings today. I know, like the last time I wore makeup was, I tried it 2 months ago to put on wings. Oh my goodness. So anyway, I put some blush on. But I stayed in my backwards hat and pajamas just for you guys. Don't get used to this good treatment. Okay? Anytime I look nice, people come out of the woodwork. And I'm not trying to make people come out of the woodwork. Friends, extended family, they're welcome. Anybody else? No, thanks. I am not here for a date. No, I am not. So, how are you? I love you, Candace. So, remember a while ago I prayed for you and the prayer, we were talking about it. I think Abba's going to give me more. Otherwise, he's going to take away what I have. And I don't want him to take away what I have. So I'm thinking like my visions, as soon as I get them, as I should share them and say exactly the vision that I see. I get them when I talk to people. And of course, I have to test spirits because of the demonic attacks. But I want to start sharing those gifts, Candace. I don't want him to take away my lampstand. I want to, and I've been putting up posts on Facebook lately, but the backlash I get, Candace, is, oh, Holly, what are you doing? Gossiping? No, what are you doing? Bragging. Oh, you're bragging and boasting. No, I'm telling you about my spiritual gifts, because if you know what my spiritual gifts are, then you will come and ask me possibly to pray for you, and then I'll have an opportunity to share the spiritual gifts that Heavenly Abba blesses me with. So please ignore the terrible visual and just listen to my voice, because I do not think that my voice is breaking up. I miss having my cell phone. So you'll just have to deal with the cutting out of things. So I'll try to remember to smile, so that way with the terrible visual and it freezes and locks up, at least you'll have a smiling face frozen looking back at you instead of like a contorted, awkward looking face. Hey, Mel, it's great to see you. Happy belated birthday. Act like a duck and let it run off your back. All that matters is what Dad wants. Say la. So I'm thinking that I'll share my visions as they come, and I'll make a point not to be a yellow belly, not to be a coward. And I noticed that Abba never lies to me, and he gives me a vision. So the vision is true. So long as I humble myself and I don't let my opinions or feelings get in the way, and I just accept the vision for what he tells me, and then I recite it back for exactly how he tells me. And then after that, I can engage in spiritual warfare, test the spirits, ask for a confirmation, and then you and I can talk about all of it. But I first need to address that vision exactly when he gives it to me and exactly for what he says it. My lessons from him. I hope you kept that one video. I wish I could have clipped that, Candace, because that one prayer that I did for you, when he showed me your back against the wall with two people yelling at you. Well, there was one, and then a second one came yelling. You had done something for someone and it was a nice gesture, but your gesture, it came out like a gift wrapped box. So even though you had an action you had a physical effort, a physical action in the vision, Abba showed me like what looked like a Christmas present or a birthday present. So I guess I'm learning the gift of interpretation too. I guess, forgive me. I don't like that the cell phone is angled down. It would be nice if you were up here level, but you're kind of, I look a lot better. It was the angle of the cell phone. Maybe if I go like that, it might be a little better. It's still... Now you can see my wings. Look at that. They're uneven though. They did not come out good. Well, you're not supposed to look at them like that. You're supposed to look at them like this. Well, he told me, he gave me the vision, so he showed me what to pray for. And it's stuff like that. There was another person, no names. I didn't know this other person, and this is going back a while ago. I got talking to somebody on Facebook Messenger, and I did not know them very well. And they asked me to pray for their girlfriend. So I started praying for their girlfriend, and then Heavenly Abba, while I was praying for her health, Abba goes, wait a minute. You need to pray for his back. He's got a bad back too. Pray for it. Well, in the vision, Abba told me. How did he tell me in the vision? Because he showed me the guy, and he showed me that the guy had a bad back, just like the guy's girlfriend had all these other health problems that I was praying for, and Abba was pointing it out to me. And then he was like, whoa, slow down, and you got to pray for his back. So I turned around, and I was like, wait a minute, I know we're praying for your girlfriend, but Abba told me I had to pray for your back and your health, and your vertebrae, and your spine, and your muscles, and your discs, and your cartilage, and your nerves. And he goes, how did you know that? And I was like, how did I know what? He goes, how did you know that I have a bad back? I said, I do not know that. Abba told me to pray for your back. So I'm doing what he told me to do. I don't know anything. And I still don't know anything. So it's stuff like that that happens. And I want to share my spiritual gifts. If I can be a vessel for Abba to do that with all the time, well, then I want to make myself available all the time. Like literally, I want to experience that constantly throughout the day. So I'll do my best to live clean, pure, holy, and a wholesome life just to be used as his vessel. And if I do something wrong or right or learn something, may he also use me as his example. As an example, be used as an example. That's a big piece to bite off. And that's why you guys have my diary. And that's why you guys have HTV, because that's that's how I fulfill that one. I know what a little bit of blush and a little bit of mascara can do. Not the eyeliner. I need a dentist. Thank you. But I need a dentist. I really need a dentist. I was working on it. Something happened, and now I got to go back and work on it again. And the problem that I am having in my dentistry is now worse. No thanks to myself. And that's a big problem because it's dragging down my health. Thank you, though. Yeah, my gram spent a lot of money on braces. And then I spent a lot of money, too, to keep them nice. But thank you, thank you, thank you. I need to spend more money to keep them nice. Abba, can you help me keep them nice, please? And help me deal with the anxiety, too. But can you pick out a dentist for me? Because I don't think I've had any luck. Well, I don't mean luck. I don't think I've been successful. And I really need your help now more than ever. With all of it, the whole entire process of it. In Yahushua's name, say a lot. Because I need a couple of root canals. And root canals cost roughly $1,500. And I need 2 of them. And then I need some other work done. Plus, I have to have the dentist correct work that was done by the previous dentist who messed up my mouth and messed up my bite and grinded everything down. And okay, so I need a dentist to fix the mess that the other dentist made of 3 teeth. And then I need a dentist to fix this whole side of my mouth. I'm having a lot of problems and it hurts very bad. And it's been hurting. So I don't want to get into that. I don't want to get into that frame of mind thinking, thank you though, Mel. I hope to keep it nice. I hope to take care of it as well. I hope to take care of all of me, because when Keeper and Seva died, I stopped taking care of me. And there were points in 2018 and 2019 where I would go a couple of days without taking care of myself. But when Keeper and Seva died, because of the situation I was in and the stress I was in, 2018 and 2019, the people I was around dragged me down. But when Keeper and Seva died, that was it. That was the last straw that broke the camel's back. So, but thank you. I'll keep smiling. I need to renew my prescriptions, and I don't have money for it. And I need my prescription. Like, I need it. I cannot go without my prescription. like me going without my prescription is a really bad thing. My prescription helps me eat. It stops the depression. It does a lot. It keeps me cool, calm, and collected. You do not want a super soldier on a rampage. And on a technicality, I'm still considered active. When I ask about myself and when I ask about my status, I am told that's classified information, Holly. Like, I should have the right to own information. I should have the right to my own information. But no, when I ask about myself to black operations, the military, I saw a side of black operations that the public does not know about. Even black operations itself, the public side of it, does not know about the projects I expose. I know because I've talked to people that were on black operations, special forces, and combat vets. The closest that special forces, black operations, and combat vets have gotten to the black operation projects that I expose is down in the jungle when it came to the alien predator looking thing. There was a movie about that alien predator looking thing back in the 80s. I don't want to discuss it or give details because if somebody's telling the truth, I'll know that they're telling the truth by the details they give. But if somebody's going to lie, then they're going to steal what I would say about that predator alien looking thing and then try to pass that testimony off as theirs. So I'm not going to say anything about it. I am going to be updating my autobiography because there's stories that I did not put in it. I wrote it 5 years ago. I want it to end on a good note of full reintegration. And I want to go back through it. So I'm going to take my first rough draft, the one that has my voice in it, my very, very first rough draft, and I'm going to edit that one. Because then you're going to hear my alter's voice in it. Because the second rough draft, which is the one I send out to people that want to read it, that one will translate into other languages pretty good. But it took out my voice, that editing process, because somebody else did it. But I'm going to go back to my first rough draft of my autobiography. I'm going to edit that. It's going to come out better because you'll hear it in my voice. And I want you to hear my alters. And I want you, when you read it, to see all of that. And I want to leave all of that in the autobiography, but I want to go back over the third section, the final section, when two worlds collide, and edit that and put that in my voice now. So when I end it and I say I've had full reintegration, you're going to be able to hear my voice now as it is and fully reintegrated. And that voice is going to sound different in the very last chapter, as it will in all of the other parts, all the other beginning parts of my autobiography in the first section and in the second section. Because I lived, for lack of better terms, I lived a double life. Half in the dumps and above ground government facilities, and then later being sent out for assignments and missions. Oh, and by the way, Stanford Research Institute, that there were not being Montauk assassins being created in Stanford Research Institute, just so you know. They were not turning Stanford Research Institute patients into assassins. There was human experimentation, but if anything, they were looking into remote viewing. And no, I don't want to hear how you were a remote viewer assassin, because I'm not going to buy it. 10 times out of 10, you guys say you're a remote viewer. You never get anything right because you're not a remote viewer. Stop that. Your focus is supposed to be him. Who am I pointing at? You see the cross? That's what I'm pointing at. And his throne sits in the north, by the way. That's the New Jerusalem and the room that he built for me in it. All right, so you ready to go somewhere with me? Seems like there's not only trolls online. Should I say, Heavenly Abba, please let me know what I should say and not say? There's trolls online, and I've explained in previous episodes what's happened to HTV that has caused my chat room to be the way that it is. There's at least 3 trolls grouped and band together, gang stalking me, that have ruined my chat room, ruined 9 years of my work. And this is my livelihood and my lifeline. And I get help through here. And I don't want to give the any further details thereof. But any shot at having any help, this is where I work. This is one of the outlets where I work. I do baptisms by water and fire. Fire being the Holy Spirit baptism. I never ask for money. I bless houses. I help people get rid of demons. I pray with fasting with them, and to go before Abba next to them as their witness or on their behalf, or next to them, because I'm about to do a baptism, so I never ask. Come on. How are you, Shauna? Yahusha, I live, Heavenly Abba, I lift up Shauna to you. Please bless her and shine your face to her and shower her. Also, please shine your face to everybody that's in the chat room that joins this video in Yahusha's name, Selah. Jordan Sather, above Majestic. Huh. Camera and electrical department, the producer. I don't know anything about him. Jordan Sather for Above Majestic, The Cosmic Secret, Lionel Nation. Biography. He really? Jordan, really? Very cool. What's he want? No, I'm kidding. That's really cool. He's handsome. I don't know anything about him. I still don't know anything. No, I'm not having any visions right now, to be honest. If I did, I would totally spill the beans. You know, not everything is for me to know. But that's really cool. You know, I have another friend, too, that is making friends with rather well-known people, and I'm so happy for her, too. I wish I could help you. I don't know anything, though. I really honestly don't. Wow, he is a looker, huh? All right, well, I'm not looking anymore. All right, well, now I know who you're talking about. Very cool. I don't know. Do I talk to any famous people? Like, I met an actress from The Walking Dead. Mr. Jason Maynard from Tool. He was really nice, but I wish I met him at a better point in my life and did not write him about all that other stuff, because at the time he reached out to me, I was actually being abused by the dude who collapsed my lungs. So Like now, I would be like, yo, what were you experienced to? Like at the concerts, what was it like? You know, when it came to MK Ultra, did you ever hear about these Doms and Super Soldier? Just like John Lear. John Lear sent me a request. I never knew who John Lear was until after he passed away. Now, I get that it may be that he was a disinformation agent, but he was always nice to me. However, being disinformation, I could have still picked his brain. I wasn't there to ask him questions about me, but I could have asked him more questions about what he did. But anyway, I met a lot of disinformation agents like Pete Berger. Like I met famous people as far as people that have the Holy Spirit in them or who I thought had the Holy Spirit in them. And then in the end, like when it comes to like these famous online ministries, in the end, they don't turn out to be so famous. Because in the end, they end up not to have the Holy Spirit. And I'm chasing after the Lamb. These people would have been these trolls would have been crashing this video. I'm about to take you on a road trip. I got to clean up my Facebook Messenger messages. I need to answer them all. But when I do, people are going to respond back. And then that's going to open up like a whole bunch of conversations. But I'm going to have to read them, get back, and let them know, you know. But there's some stuff going on. Oh, you're my friend on Facebook, so you can just read my diary. I'm not sure if anybody else can see it or not. But I got like a real physical stalker. Well, no, not I got. I'm not taking claim for that one because if it turns out to be true, he's not mine. I don't want him. He's just the stalker. I kid you not. I don't know like if I should talk about it on a video or not. Maybe I should, so that way everybody knows, but then he would know too. I don't know if I want to get into it. Or maybe we can keep the things fun. I don't know, I kept seeing somebody around town. And then parked 3 doors down. I thought I saw the same person. I identified the person. And then after that, I kept seeing the person around town. And just the other day, I was going to the store and boom, right in front of me, there's that person. And I was cringing. And like even when, okay. So anyway, this person did something. It went to the store and then came out to where they were parked. And then they just sat there. And I was taking phone calls. And I decided to wait until the coast was clear. But I could see that the coast was not getting clear. So what I decided to do was pull out of my spot, drive down a few more spots where it was more crowded, and park there because typically I park down at the end by myself. But instead of parking down at the end by myself away from everyone else, I decided to move down. And sure enough, a couple spots closer to the store, I pulled into an empty spot and it was by everybody else. Well, the other person, I guess, thought that I was leaving and pulling out. So the other person literally crossed over. So they were parked. They crossed over into the next spot, came into my row, and went down, but yet in the opposite direction, but came into my row where I was parked. And when I had thrown my car into the spot and I hid my car amongst the other cars and amongst the other people that were outside and they had their carts, I got out of my car and I peeked around the edge of my car out in the row where other cars would pass by looking for a spot, and I looked down and sure enough, there was that person going down the row. I tried to see which way they went, but I lost track of them because other people looked at me as if I was acting weird. And meanwhile, I was just looking down the spot and other people like looking at me. But anyway, I actually did lose track whichever way they went. And I never saw them pull out of the parking lot. That was the thing. I never saw them pull out of the parking lot. I made sure that I had somebody on the phone with me that knew exactly where I was, what was going on, and could see me at all times, and knew what to do if something happened. And I did run in because I needed one thing, and then I ran out, and my head was on a swivel. And I baited that person who I kept seeing. I baited them in that when I was parked and I was in my car on the phone, detained on the phone, and I looked up and there they are, like literally right across from me, but a couple spots down. And then they're walking into the store. I was like, no way. Every time I turn around, there they are. Every time I'm driving down the road, there they are. Every time I walk into the Citgo, boom, somehow they're inside the Citgo talking to me. It's like every time, like, shucks. Like, and it was so much so that every time I saw the person, I'm like, shucks, man. Like, I stopped going to the Citgo. Like, I've got a couple of people there that I like to talk to and just talk politics or joke around with. One guy's from Colombia, and he's just a nice guy to talk to. And it breaks up the monotony because he doesn't, it's just small talk. Non-imposing, non-threatening. Like, he's married with kids. Just a nice person. And like, I like to talk to some of the other employees that are behind the counter because there's one employee that I like what he's got to say about politics. I just like to listen to him. And he's from another country, I believe. So I don't know. It's different opinions. And I don't go out that much, but Christ is King. It's good to see you. I don't know. But listen, I'm married. I wear Yahusha's ring on my finger, December 12th, 2014. I married God. I know it sounds crazy, and I'm doing that intentionally to sound crazy. I married God. Leave me alone. And since I married God, he's blessed me with spiritual gifts. I have a covenant and vow of celibacy. I don't want to be bothered with people at all. I do want to have my friends, my loved ones, my support system, and extended family. Of course, I want that. I need that. I don't have a family. I've got you guys, though, and you're my extended family. So, I've got a family in you guys. I'm so grateful. Otherwise, I'd really be lost. Everything that I went through in life did not turn out the way I expected. But you know what? I'm really happy with the way it did turn out because I never expected it to turn out like this so far. And Yahusha takes away my chaos. Hi, Tommy. How are you? We are all family here. Yes, we are all family here. Yes. Must be. I got to get back to Joshua. Oh, and not without my dog and Bitrudder and DC and my other friend Karen. There's 4 ladies I really want to speak to and embrace, and I have not done it. You know what I have been doing? Sitting here behind my Bible reading it. I did run some broadcasts But otherwise, I really had my nose in the Bible, reading it, listening to it. I got into number 16. I thought number 16 was going to say something other than what it did say because of a video I saw. I was looking up when the earth, in the Bible, when the earth ever opened up. And I'm not talking about the lady and the dragon in chapter 12. The lady that runs out to the desert and is given eagle's wings, that's the 144,000. That lady is symbolic of the 144,000. When the earth opens up and swallows the river that Lucifer throws after, or that the beast of the sea throws at the lady, the earth will open up, swallow the river. The lady flees to safety. She's protected for 3.5 years by Abba. She's given eagle's wings, and she's kept by the four winds. Very interesting about that. The lady and the dragon sees he lost against the lady, being the 144,000, so he turns around and he goes off to the rest of the body of Christ who has yet to die, and he wages war against them. It is appointed to man to die one time. The two witnesses, Enoch and Elijah, they're returning because they too have to die. All right, I'm not trying to be morbid or get into that discussion, but the lady and the dragon, the lady is the 144,000 seals. It's not the church. It's 144,000 people that were redeemed by the earth. Abba chose them. They died and were resurrected. They absolutely went through hell. They've been following the Lamb wherever he goes. And where's the Lamb gone? The Lamb has been crucified. The Lamb was murdered. The Lamb went to hell for 3 days. Then the Lamb resurrected because the Lamb is God. And the Lamb ascended to heaven because, again, it's God. You and I do not ascend up. We do not rise up, and we do not rise up to God. No, Lucifer's trying to rise up to God. Us, body of Christ, we do not rise up to him. He reaches down to us and comes to us and reaches down. I'm not an ordained minister for nothing. That profile picture he gave me is not for nothing. Yeah, it's a pretty picture, but it's not just a pretty picture. It actually means what it looks like. I put a lot of hard work into it. And after what I survived, the cages and Pizzagate, Epstein's Island, 2 hunting parties brought to you by George Bush Sr. and Queen Elizabeth, forget it. I've got a right to talk. And I worked hard to be ordained. I know who the enemy is. I'm exposing the enemy, and I want to use my spiritual gifts to help the body of Christ, or to help strangers, to help anybody, especially if I can help them draw closer to Abba. But even if not, I definitely want to help and be helpful and valuable to people. Answer me this question. I've been asking it for many years. Would you choose A, a person that has spiritual gifts but does not have any food or anything prepped or prepared for 7 years, but they have spiritual gifts, true blue spiritual gifts from Heavenly Abba? Or would you pick B, a person that does not have spiritual gifts? One of these nowadays Christians, they're prepared with ammo, food, medicine, everything you could possibly need for 3.5 years. They have it all. But they only have all of these supplies for 3.5 years. And we've got a 7-year tribulation. Who would you pick? A, the person with spiritual gifts from Abba, who's being led and guided by him? Or B, the person who does have preps, but they only have 3.5 years of food, water, medicine, heat, cooling, blankets, shelter. They only got 3.5 years worth. Who would you choose? Who would you choose? You don't have to answer it in the chat room, but who would you choose? Seriously, think about it. I would choose A. I would choose A. Definitely, because A is being guided by Abba. And if A is being guided by Abba, I would choose A because I could ask A, okay, I need to make sure, I want to make sure I'm in his will. And since you're talking to him, am I in his, what, you know, what's he got to say? Is there anything he wants to say? Can I correct anything? What are you doing? So I can get an idea of how to live a whole, pure, clean life, you know, like, which way is Abba going? Which way is the lamb going? Because I'm paying attention. And if you're being guided by him, where are you going? You know? But if you have spiritual gifts from him, then you have everything you need because you have him. I mean, guys, we're going through one period of time in the world. I mean, what we're facing has never before happened in the world. And we hear so much about Noah's flood. We hear so much about Sodom and Gomorrah. We hear so much about these other, the Red Sea parting, Moses going through the Red Sea parting with the slaves. We hear about all these huge events. What you and I are facing is, well, we have two battles. One being the beast of the sea, the beast of the land for 7 years. The second battle being the ancient serpent, evil dragon, Lucifer. I know we see the Bible differently, but I'm just going to be point blank, blunt, honest, truthful, black and white for what the Bible says. There's two battles. So we're facing 7 years of tribulation to face off with the beast of the sea, Osiris, who is Abaddon, who is Apollyon, and the church. The church has produced a false prophet. We are called out of the church. There's a great falling away from the church, from Abba, because of the church and because of the false prophet. There's a great falling away from Abba. Where does it say we're called out of the church? Go read the whole Bible. Go read Revelation. We are called out of her. Babylon is the Vatican. The Vatican has its hand in the Baptists, the Seventh-day Adventists, the Mormons, the Jehovah's Witnesses, the Protestant, the Lutherans, the Presbyterians. 501c3, that is all of them. Hey, Terrence, how are you? How are you, my small man? Walking in the Spirit, he will make way. Yeah, I'll tell you, I keep that Sabbath holy, and I want to draw more pictures for him. And what do I mean by pictures like this? And I don't care if you guys steal my ideas. I'm giving you ideas on purpose. But like, I'll take his name and I praise his holy name because his name is holy and perfect and saving. And then like I wrote, I love Yahusha behind it. Well, actually, I put in all the swirls and designs first, but then I was trying to write in, I love Yahusha behind it. But do something like that for Abba. And while you're drawing it, talk to him the way you would talk to your friend or your spouse, or, you know, just spend that time with him. Give him that intimacy. Go build him a car. I don't know. Go get a Lego set and put together a car. And then go give the car to a homeless kid that needs a toy. I don't know anything. Like, anyway, I say that. I'm not doing so good. I've had some bad news lately, but I think I'm holding up pretty good. And I've also grown wings, so at any time, my eyeliner can start flapping. If I blink too quickly, I'm going to flap away, Terrence. I've grown wings like Red Bull and Maxi Pads. Oh, see, it's not going to work right because the visual is too slow. So you can't, yeah. You can't see me blinking fast. But yeah, if I blink my eyelids too quick, I'm going to start flying away. I hope my wings are even. I'm still practicing them, but they came out bad because they're too high here and they need to be up more over there. And then, of course, I want to, after I get my wings, that's when I want to practice the fake eyelashes. But the fake eyelashes I have are really thin. They're not thick. It's just to have a more natural look, but I want my eyes highlighted. I do think this eyeliner is on a little bit thick, a little bit heavy, but I'm practicing and I'm learning, okay? So that's why it's a little thick. Once I get a little better, it'll be thinned out. You'll barely notice. I like the natural look, but I do once in a while like to look good, or I like to dress myself nicely, prepare myself nicely, so I look in the mirror and I think I look good. So then I feel good on the inside. And I want to make myself feel good on the inside, because if I do feel good on the inside, then I'll take care of myself and I'll live a much more happier life. Yeah, fly like an eagle. Fly like an eagle. Yeah, blink like Holly, blink really quick. We're hanging on. Yeah, see me blinking really quick doesn't work because this visual is terrible, the video. But at least my voice is good, so. You guys are going to come with me, right? Field trip. The Zelensky will come. Yes, yes. You guys work the pedals. I drive. Ninth, this one man keeps an eye in the rear view. We need to make sure we are not stopped. You get this shifter. You're only going to use it like 4 times. From park to drive, back to park, and from park to drive, and then back to park. 4 times you're going to use it. Like, okay. You know, but that can be a very complicated job. Kaylee, how are you? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Craziest King has a shifter. But yeah, it can be a complicated job. That's okay. You can help me. You can make sure I'm paying attention by taking the wheel and jerking it real quick. And making sure the rest of the passengers in the vehicle are awake as well. Yeah, you could test my reflexes and make sure the rest of the passengers are awake by grabbing a hold of the wheel and jerking it. Not too hard and not too much, but just enough to give us a good scare. It's great to see you, Kaylee. Victory and Yahusha, how are you? It's great to see you too. You're just talking about my wings. Sorry. All right. We got a couple of things to do. Road trip. It's going to kind of be bad, though, because it's going to be dark and you're not even going to be able to see me. You're not even going to be able to see me. I'm going to have to keep you down low because I do not have a cell phone holder. And that's not going to work. The one that I have at all. Like, it's just not going to work. If I could find else in there. If I could find that little thin magnet, then maybe I could sit you on the dashboard, but I need that magnet to stick on the back of my cell phone. And I'm not going to find it. I don't know where I put it, but I thought it might be in here because this is kind of where I keep, like my desk stuff, so to speak, you know? Darn, I don't think I'm going to find it. I was wondering where this went. This cross stitch thing. The sun for cross stitching. My friend Eagle's Wing, well, her name's Deborah. She sent this to me a long time ago. I've been looking for this. I was wondering where it went. I want to do this one day, the cross stitch, because when you do the cross stitch, it uses both sides of your brain at the same time. So yes, for you men, you can go get race cars and do this. It's a great exercise for your mind. Number one, when you're stitching it, you have to think about what you're doing, how you're going to make the stitch, where you're going to go, where you're going to start point A to go from point B. And then what you also have to do is you have to think forward, which uses the opposite hemisphere of your brain. And you have to think forward about the fact that pretty soon you're going to have to change color and do another stitch and change somehow and incorporate a different color. And how are you going to do that? What's it going to look like? So there's a resemblance. If I could be an emoji, I'd be the one that's got a big fat smile and two little slivers as eyes. That's the emoji I'd want to be. All right, well, okay. Is it in there? Nope, it's not in there either. Huh. Well, that kind of stinks. I could, like, technically tape you, put you in that other one and tape you in there. I guess it helps critical thinking skills. If I do cross stitching, I'd want to make a garden picture. Or if you have like a spouse or a girlfriend and you want to woo them, you could just take your first name and then cross stitch in a heart and then write their name. That's actually a lot of work, and that would probably take you about 4 hours to do, 3 hours, just to cross stitch all of that. And it's literally cross stitching. So like in that, like, oh, darn. So let me show you, right? So look at this. So you have the beads, right? And then, where's the other stuff? I was like about to get upset. And now you have, this is for the smile. This is for the sun. I thought there was another color. There's blue. I think there's supposed to be a third color. And I don't know where it went. Hang on 1 second, Christ is King. I wonder if it could have fallen out. No. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Well, that sucks. That's not it. Hang on one second, because I'm looking, well, hang on one second. No, actually, hang on a couple minutes, because I'm looking to see if I can find the cross stitch yarn in this box, because it's not where it's supposed to be in the packaging. And that's not good. Uh-oh. No. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Well, that sucks. Absolutely, totally sucks. I lost the color. I lost the color. But what I can do is I can go to the store. I only need a little bit, though. What I can do is go to the store, and I can find... Oh, no, wait. I didn't lose anything. Oh, my goodness. I didn't lose anything after all. You know what I'm looking at? I have all the yarn after all. What it is these are beads. It's not another color in there. That's beads. The different shades are the different beads, and I have all the beads. They're right here. And it winds up that that's all the color. That's why it's differently colored, is because that's the beads. I have all the yarn. All right, but this is what I wanted to show you. Now that I got all my bolts, nuts, screws, and marbles back together in a bag, you can make one for your mom and your grandma. Yeah. I'll see you later, Candace. We can chat privately. Yeah. You know what, Candace? I could give you a ring after this, because when I do make a trip, I'm going to have to keep my head on a swivel. And if I'm running a video, it might be a little hard to. So I'll shoot you a text message when I get done with this. And I better get going soon, because they close very soon. They close very soon. All right, so this is what I wanted to show you. See this? This is the cross stitch. You see all those little squares? So that's how you do it, is you literally cross stitch it. Now look at that. There's no pattern on the cross stitch. So you got to have little small eyes, and you have to count all the stitches you make and that you're going to need to make on each row to be able to make it. So you see? But yeah, something simple like this will probably take you like 3 hours, 4 hours. So it's time consuming, and some people could feel like it's monotonous, but once it's done, it's really cool. So that's why I say, you could say like, Graham, I love you, or Graham, I hurt you, and your name written below. That way it's more personalized, and you put all that. Or Heavenly Abba, bless Grandma. I don't know. Or you could just go to the store and get something that she likes. But I wanted to do this. Like when I'm sitting here listening to the rabbit holes I fall down, I can sit here and stitch the sun. Because this is how Yahusha makes me feel. He lights me up. He puts a smile on my face, wipes away my tears. So Yahuwah and Yahusha make me feel like this sun in this picture. And I love them forever for it. I was so worried that I lost that I lost the yarn to that, because I would have been really upset. I want to still make that. It's been so many years since she sent me that too. Alright. I want to put my stuff away. Hang on. Alright. Ah! Everything's falling! Oh no! Uh-oh. I have to pick these up now because that's the tax. Hang on. Ah! Everything fell over. Alright, well, on that note, I'm not bringing you with me because, number one, I got to keep my head on a swivel. And number two, Candice needs to speak. And you know what? I don't really get to speak to Candice. And there's a bunch of people that I want to speak to and catch up with. But I'll be honest, I have been sitting with Heavenly Abba a lot lately, and I don't want anybody to get mad at me because I do that. And I get lost in him. Like, I love falling into the Bible and reading it. Grab my audio Bible, go for a long hike. I was thinking about going to a pound about a dog, but I don't have money for that. I'm struggling with situations right now as it is, so. But I miss having Keeper to take me for hikes and walks. Critical thinking. I think what happens with the cross stitching, it's using both sides of your head is more important, so not to worry. Thank you so much, Victory and Yahusha. I agree. So like there's different activities, not just cross stitching, but it uses both sides of your brain. And so like if you have maybe a stressful situation, maybe to get yourself out of that, or maybe just to worship Abba, or to have a hobby, try cross stitching because you're using both sides of your brain, so you're strengthening your brain. And it's a good activity for your brain. So if you want to keep your brain sharp, do exercise. Physical exercise keeps your brain sharp. You want to be smart mentally, exercise. And then you want to be witty, smart, on top of it mentally, do physical exercise. And it'll keep you mentally sharp. Serious, honest. So, anyway. I don't know. I don't know. It's just really weird. I'm suspect to people. I definitely do not trust people. I mean, like, come on. You see somebody that's wearing a ring, the first thing you should think is, oh, wow, they're married. They don't want to go out. I'm going to run a broadcast on internet radio. All right, I'm going to let you guys go. I love you. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll leave the, I guess, video public for a little while. I didn't say anything bad in it, did I? No. Mixlar. All right, guys. I love you. I will see you soon. I'm sorry about the chat room having that restriction. It's only because the trolls. I'll get back to you on that. I've been doing other things. I should have reached out to my computer tech friend, but I have not done that yet because I've been doing other things, and this is a priority, but all right. Well, thanks for letting me just drop by. And yes, you will see me soon. If I'm not on HTV, you'll definitely catch me on internet radio because I've been hanging out there. And I've been hanging out in the Bible. Here's my audio version. I've been in Daniel, 1 Thessalonians, Revelation, Luke 8, Matthew 24, Matthew 25. I've been all over. Numbers, Genesis. I never made it to Psalms. And there were a couple of times I believe Abba called me to look up a couple of verses in Psalms, but that went back to biblical cosmetology. What else did he call me to? Daniel. Yeah, that's it, I think. All right, I love you guys. I'll see you later. Bye. Behave. Behave. Yes, you see me soon. You soon see me. Yes, yes. I love you so much. Mwah. I get dressed nice for you. Yes, see. Guys, I miss you. I hope to soon be able to get my cell phone fixed. You know what I can do to run a nice video? I mean, I sat in HTV studios the whole time, right? What I should have done is just sat here and run a video with my camera. And it would have came out fine. And there would have been like no gaps, no cutting in it. You could have seen my wings better. It would have been better visual. But see, I thought we were going to go on a road trip together. But instead, I got better plans than to take you on a field trip. It'll be better for me to keep my head on a swivel. And I'll talk to Candice. Candice, where is she? I get my nukes for her. Yes. Okay, guys. I love you. Oh, if I come back and broadcast, I think I'm going to have to redo what it was like in the Dumps Part 3, because I did what it was like in the Dumps Part 3, and for an hour and 50 minutes, there was no sound. There was no sound. I did a whole broadcast, and meanwhile, there was no sound. It did not record any sound. None of it was picked up. My friend, Claudette. Okay, so in the chat room, Claudette and Troy showed up, and they're saying, no sound, no sound. Well, Claudette did not want to bother me. So she did not pick up the phone or Facebook Messenger to call me, to interrupt me, to let me know, hey, Holly, there's no sound in your broadcast. Nobody can hear you. It's dead silence. Nothing. No. She's always so worried that she's bothering me. And I keep telling her, you're not bothering me. You're not bothering me. But... and even during the day when there was no sound coming out of my broadcast, if she had called me right then and there, again, she would not have been bothering me. She never bothers me. But it was just so funny. Like, it was just so funny because when she called me, when I did talk to her later on, she was like, I didn't want to bother you. I was like, no, Claudette, that's when you want to call. And still, again, that's not a bother. I keep telling you, you're not bothering me, and that at that point would not have been a bother. That would have been really helpful. So I should go back and take down what it was like in the Dumbs Part 3, to take down the hour and 50 minutes of dead silence. but I am going to reshoot it again. And I do have a couple of sentences written down to help me talk about it. I want to make it just as good as part 2. Part 1 was not that great because I kept preaching in it. So part 2 was power packed. Part 3, the first time I ran it, where there was no sound, I think that I got a little bit preachy in it like I did in part 1, and I didn't want that to happen. I wanted to stay just with the memories and what it was like and stay on point, no tangent. Well, I always get on tangents, but just tell you what it was like from experience to experience, from memory to memory, and put you in my shoes. And I'm learning, and as I learn, I'm going to share what I learn. I don't know why some people lie about being Montauk assassins. I really don't. That's such an ugly, heinous thing to lie about. To lie about murdering other people, that takes a really ugly person to lie about something like that. To lie and say that you murdered people and that you were a Montauk assassin. What, to say that you're a Montauk assassin puts stars in a person's eyes and it's sensationalism. So they want to say they're a Montauk assassin because they want to be what, 007, James Bond, like a movie. They're lying about murdering other people. I don't think that's very cool. I don't think that's being a friend. It's certainly not being a survivor. And I've seen a lot of people lie about being Montauk assassins. I can put you in my shoes and give you my experiences. Hey, just some guy. Oh, I've been wanting to talk to you and catch up with you. I don't know when. Right now, I got to take a phone call, but I would like to catch up with you. Just some guy. Just some guy. Where have you been? Harold, right? I'm not confusing you with somebody else, am I? I hope not. But anyway, I was thinking about you. And also, I saw a comment from you, I think today or yesterday, because I was going through YouTube. It's UH. Good. It is the Hooli. It is the Hooli. Just some guy. The Hoolis. So I hope to catch up with you soon. Definitely, definitely, definitely. I'm glad to see you. But yeah, I was going through YouTube stuff. I put a bunch of people on block, and I was trying to go through the block list. And while I was in my YouTube thing, I saw a bunch of comments that I'd never seen before. So I started to like them, and I saw you. And it was weird because I don't know if these comments were held back or not, but I don't remember ever seeing them, so I never got to like them, and that's the only reason why. The H, they told the old guy in the hood. No, I'm me. The old guy in the hood. Just some guy. Just some guy? Who is just some guy in the hood? No, now I really don't know who you are if you're not Harold. I put a flat earth about a comment. Yeah, you're my H, right? I'm your H and you're my H, right? Because if you're not my H, then I have no idea who you are and who I'm talking to. You're like, who's the H? Okay, yes, you're my H. You're my Harry. I thought so. That's what I said before. See? Look. Look at this cat. I love you, Harry. I'm so happy to see you. I still want to give Sandy a call to say hi to her. It's been over a year, and actually, it's been 2 years. I've been saying, yes, you're the right guy. Yes, yes, see. Maybe I should just record my foot instead of, oh, he's just cleaning the inside of his tail. It's just the inside of his tail. At Code Searcher, yes. You are my H. I knew it. I just knew it. See, yes. Yeah. Oh, if you want to do code searching, people have been asking me. I told them though, I'm like, listen, if he does something like that, you're gonna have to like tithe to him or do something back for him, like tithing, because that's a lot of work, and that's a spiritual gift. I'm 50. I'm 49. I'm sorry. And you just didn't pop up. Sorry. No, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Just some guy. I'm happy to see you now. I'm always happy to see you. I miss our Bible studies. Those are some of my best memories. And I wish that we were still doing them. You're not 79. Get out of here. No, I'm in my Jubilee year this year, Harry. I'm 49. I'm in my Jubilee year. You're not 79. You might feel like it, but you're not 79. Oh, yeah? Well, I feel like I'm 99, but I'm only 49 years. Hopefully, I look like I'm 29. If I stand back far enough, I could pass for 29, right? That way you don't see the wrinkles or gray hair or anything. If I take off the baseball hat, I could take off my baseball hat, but then my beauty, it will blind you. Either that or you turn to stone. I feel like 29. I do not feel like I'm 29, that's for sure. I feel like I'm 99. But if you had beer goggles and I stood back a ways, I could maybe look like 29. I've not been out in so long. I've been wanting to save up money so I could take myself out one night. And I know exactly where I'm going to go. It's a place where I can get dinner and adult beverages. But I'm not going to say where until after I go because of that stalker, but plus because of other people. But there's a place that I want to check out. And I hope I save the flyer. And if I can save up money, I'm going to take myself out to that place. I might be able to bring you with me. But anyway, if the room is dimly lit and you had beer goggles and I stood back, I could pass for 29. I am 29 forever, yes. See? I'm like wearing like this big bulky shirt. Look at this. I look like a thug. I look like a bum. I could wear, if this was like a little bit tighter, and I have like thigh-high boots, right? I could take this, like clip it in the back, right? Clip it in the back, put like a bow there, put tights on, wear the thigh-high boots, but like tights, like not any sexual stockings. And I could like wear this as like a dress. It's so long. I mean, it almost goes down to the middle of my thighs, like a couple more inches. It'd be to the middle of my thighs. It covers everything up. Even when I sit down, everything, even when I bend over, everything's covered up. This thing is a big fat potato sack. It's perfect to like repel people. Like wearing a potato sack is supposed to repel people. They're not supposed to ask me on dates. They're not supposed to even think of it. They're supposed to look at me and go, scrub, she's ugly. She doesn't get dressed. I'm not talking to her. And then keep going. That's why I do what I do. What I do is intentional. I'm not a stupid girl. Yes, I make mistakes and I have my trouble, but if I want to dress nice, I dress nice. And you need a good believing man if you want to marry. But my woman years have likely passed. Yeah, well, my man years and masculine years have passed. Thank you. Come on, I appreciate it. No, I don't think I'm ugly anymore. I think I'm all right. I'm happy about who I am. A little bit too skinny. I got to gain weight. I got down to 104 pounds. And so now I'm trying to gain weight, which I'm starting to get hungry, which means I got to eat my baked ziti that I made because I got a ton of it. Oh my God, you should see how much baked ziti I made. Nuts. Big fat container of it. Be happy. Be pretty. Thank you for the hearts. I'm so glad I got to see you too, Harry. It's always a pleasure to see you. I was going to bring you with me into the kitchen real quick. Rumbles in the bedroom making a bunch of noise. So I was gifted. And when I was gifted, this is what I did with it. Oh, wait. Okay. Hang on 1 second. And when I was gifted, this is what I did with the gift. Look at this big pan. And I rebuke that. Look at this big plate. Want to know what's in it? Okay. It's a big, not plate. I don't want to say pan. There's a lot of glitching in my cell phone because the notifications are going off, and that's why it's freezing up. Look at all of it. Look. I just made this last night. No, I did not eat all of it. I did eat that. I should have had like a whole sliver of it because it came out really good. But what happened to this part over here was that I brought some to the lady downstairs. So this is the rest of it I got to see. Terrence. But Terrence, I always see you. You are my swan man. Yes, you are mine, my swan man. Never see the hair. No, I'm happy to see you too, Terrence. Always happy to see you. I'm sorry. I was not trying to leave you out in any capacity. I wasn't trying to be rude to anybody else. I'm always happy to see you guys too. But I just want to say, it's been a while since I've seen Harry. But Harry, in all sincerity, if you want to do like Bible searches for people's names, like there's a few people that I'm sure would love to know about their names, you know. But I told them, I'm like, you're going to have to give them something. Because if you're not going to give them something to do all that work for you, looking up your name, then I'm not going to give out any information. You can't expect people to do stuff for free. You can expect me to do stuff for free because I'm your friend. I'll do whatever you want for, like, I'll, you know, but not everybody shares their talents and gifts for free. And I don't blame people for that. Like, because I don't have your gift. You got a special gift. Was Tito. I mean, everybody's got dreams and visions, so how could I possibly charge to share my dreams and visions with other people? But it's a rarity to know a code searcher. You know what I mean? Jelly bean? But yes, the swan man is the only man that is a swan for me. I'm so happy though. I'm so happy though that I got to share this big city with the lady downstairs. All right. Now, before I come back to eat that, I'm going to go to shut this down because I have some things to do. Okay, I love you guys very much, and I will see you very soon, I believe. And it's been an hour and a half since I've been talking. Thanks for hanging out with me. Tutu, Capo, Don, Cosa Nostra. And so I have to get in the code gear. Well, at least I will never take... You won't take money for it? Okay. Because I was telling them that they had to give you money to do it. I was like, you can't expect him to do that for free. But see, that was just me, like, not wanting you to, like... That was me putting my spin on it, is what that is. Honey for my honey. But that was me putting my spin on it. Because I'd want... Like, if I had money, I'd be like, okay, who of my friends ask you to look up their name? And then I would turn around and give you $100. But I don't have that kind of money. But, like, if I did have money, if I worked, then I'd be like, well, what friends asked you for their names? All right, well, I'm going to donate on behalf of them money since they're my friend and I told them about you. And I don't want you to go through all of that without being compensated somehow. And not, like, I would want to tithe to you. That's what it would be, is a tithing. Not anything else except a tithing. But I don't really have money anymore. No. He is from a pond, yes. No, he's not from... Is he? Oh, you know what? Who am I to... I don't know. Are you from Sicily? Oh, no money. Okay. We need to talk in private and connect first. Here I am answering for Terrence. I don't know. You're a poet. I am a poet and I know it. Yes, I know it. I know it. I do. It's a joke. Oh. Well, for me, it went over my head. It went over my head. So I know just some guy. Just some guy. I know just some guy from Bible studies. Those were like some of my best favorite Bible studies ever. I love those Bible studies the best. You know. I am from the Hunga Conga. Ow. So I don't know what to do. I'm having a conundrum. But I better go now if I'm going to do it. I'm having a big conundrum. I could pay a bill or I could keep money for myself. I think I'm going to have to pay a bill. I need to tithe. I need to stop paying bills and I need to tithe myself is what I need to do. Like, really, I need to tithe and I need to stop paying bills so I can tithe and do all of that. All right, you know what? Just some guy. I'm going to follow you out. It's great to see you, Terrence. Bruce Lee's old house. It's good to see you, Terrence. And it's good to see the rest of you, and it's good to be seen. When I come back, I hope to eat some of my big ziti. Get some stuff in my food in my belly. In my belly. And then go live on internet radio. I'll take a picture of myself and I'll see if it'll upload. I'll put like on a pretty shirt and I'll take a picture as a meme, and then you can see my face and then my wings. Better be careful. If you upset me, I will blink my eyelids so fast, I'll flap on out of here. I grew wings just like maxi pads and Red Bulls. My eyeliner. Yes, I'm going to wear that joke inside out. And I'm going to wear the Zelensky inside out too. And the accent. Yes. You're cute. Why, thank you. Thank you very much. The Zelensky loves you now. All right, the cat thinks he's going to go out. No, he's not. You know what? I tricked the cat recently. The cat thinks its food is actually a treaty. And it's not a treaty. It's cat food. But he thinks it's a treat. I got away with doing that to keep her for about 3 to 4 months. And then she realized, hey, that's not a treat. That's my dog food. And it was all over with. She would turn around and walk away. I did that with ice cubes with her for about 2 weeks. She enjoyed it. But then it was like, hey, that's not a treat. That's just frozen water. Give me the dog bones, you know. I miss Keeper so much. I miss Sava so much. I was thinking about going to the shelter because I could clean cages and then maybe walk the dogs for them and mess and play around with the animals. I could say, hey, let me clean the cages. That way that could buy me time to play and mess around with the animals. And they should let me mess around with the animals and like walk the animals and play with them if they let me clean the cage of them, right? Oh my God, I could only hope that every dog and cat like rolls over onto their back and shows me their belly so I can scratch their belly. I'll take the whole shelter home with me. I'd be like, look at this. Look at all this. I can't leave any of them behind. They love me. And now I love them. All right, that's it. They're all coming home with me. So that's how I'd be. Hey, look at that. We're coming up on 144. An hour and 44 minutes. I always see those numbers, 144, 111. I was seeing 313 a lot, but then it switched to 818. I was born at 8:18 p.m., but Abba was not showing me 818 for that. He was showing me 818 because it goes back to Luke 8:18. I think Abba's going to bless me because at this point I'm sharing my spiritual gifts with you, my dreams and visions. So if you call me for prayers, I'm going to stop and pray with you and tell you all about it and share my gifts. I'm not going to be scared or hesitate or cower down or be a coward. I'm not going to let somebody intimidate me so then I don't speak. And that intimidation has happened to me for 9 years. I'm going on 10 years now. In a few months, it'll be 10 years. All right, no more intimidation. I'm going to share my spiritual gifts. I'm going to shine my lamp. I do not want Yahuwah, Heavenly Abba, to come like a thief in the night and take it from me. So I'm going to share my spiritual gifts. And who knows, this might be the last year we have. And if it's the last year we have, I better shape up really quick. Just the other day, I was asking Abba, could we have a couple more years? I want to get my teeth fixed. I want to gain weight and exercise. There's a few things that I want to get together. Could we have 2 or 3 more years? And then I asked him, what Shemitah are we on? Are we on the Shemitah from the 4 Blood Red Moon Tetrad back in 2014? Are we on that Shemitah, which would bring us to 2028? Or are we on the Shemitah that goes from September 23rd, 2017, when the sign in heaven shined in the sky? Because that's another Shemitah, and that brings us to this year, 2024. But then after that, it would bring us to 2032, and 2032 is too far away. And yes, I do believe that Yahusha would, or that Heavenly Abba himself, Yahuwah, he says he's going to cut the age short, I do believe he would cut the Shemitah short. And look at that, 1 hour, 44 minutes and 44 minutes. And then I saw 57 seconds, 58 seconds, 59 seconds. Boom. Now we're at 1 hour, 45 minutes. So I think I said everything I had to say. And I've been spending time with Abba because he's been revealing stuff to me. And I need time to process that. And I need time to register it and chew it over. And I'm slow to do a lot of stuff. So this time I'm not around because of Abba. I want to hear his voice. And I want him to be able to tell me stuff. And like I said, I've been doing Bible studies with him. I believe that the 7 thunders are actually his 7 Holy Spirits, one of which is our companion, the Spirit of Resurrection that resurrected Yahusha. And that 7-branch menorah is okay to use because it's lighting a candle for each one of his Heavenly Abba's Holy Spirits. The 9-branch menorah is pagan because it's lighting a candle for the miracle itself. And that's wrong. It's worshiping the creation itself. Hanukkah is not an appointed feast and festival, as outlined in Numbers 29 and Leviticus 23, as well as Exodus chapter 12. Hanukkah is a Jewish traditional man-made holiday. It is a special time of year, but it's not for generations to come to celebrate. For generations to come to celebrate, that would be Feast of Unleavened Bread, Feast of Weeks, Feast of Tabernacles, Feast of Trumpets. Yahusha, I believe, was born Feast of Trumpets, and he was crucified the Feast of Unleavened Bread. He lived 33 and a half years. 33 and a half years. All right, so I'm going to let you guys go so I can go do some stuff. Oh, no, I better get going because I'm going to run late to the place I need to go to. That's going to take me a while to get to. All right, I love you. I'll see you guys soon.